Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Falcons. Let's get over to Atlanta as we welcome in our brand new broadcast pairing
I kind of lost
for
my voice, so I'm sick.
2016.
But I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. We made a couple trades to get the Falcons a new tight end, and the Buccaneers will be showing off Joe Thomas. Hell yeah.
At the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. As we look at this matchup for the Bucs, they were remember, they got off to that really hot start.
It was a tale of two seasons for them, really. The first half of the season and the second half, they believe they can marry it up and really press for a playoff spot. When you flip it over to Tampa Bay, they haven't won a playoff game since January of 2003 when they won their Super Bowl. They think the pieces are in place as they try and get off the mat themselves.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Breakout 2015, it's Devontae Freeman. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives. And I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on third down. On third down, Winston. Complete, he finds Brave. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
First out, here's the run with Martin. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And on the tackle, Jonathan Babineau.
In 2015, we saw the Doug Martin that we saw as a rookie, didn't we?
Absolutely. A 1,400-yard second only to Adrian Peterson last year.
And he really helped a young quarterback develop by taking a lot of pressure off of him.
Now he feels good coming off that 5-year deal he signed in March.
Feels even better about that.
And a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Roberto Aguayo out now for the Buccaneer field goal try.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
He's got the NFL's leading receiver a year ago, Julio Jones. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And from the 3 now, it's second and goal. Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. The third-year man, Devontae Freeman, he had 1 touchdown as a rookie, 11 last year in his sophomore campaign, so really burst onto the scene.
He certainly did, and you have to put me in the camp of underestimating him, because when he came out of college, he is one of my favorite backs, one of my top 5 backs coming out that year. But I always called him the guy who was kind of the jack of all trades. Not that he wasn't the master of all of them. I wasn't sure how he would fit in the NFL. Well, he fits in quite well. He's a lead runner, one of the better guys out there.
And now he's got his first rushing touchdown of 2016. They start the drive with Martin. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Jericho Cotchery was the intended target, and it's third down. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. On fourth down, one of the Bucs off-season signees. It's the former Jag, Brian Anger, to punt it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, Freeman. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Tackle is made by Clinton McDonald.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now the 6-year man out of Miami, Matt Bosher on to punt.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Winston now. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
To throw, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.